To our next level 1 tables, equations and graphs video. We continue talking linear functions, and in this video we're going to look how to develop a rule from a table. Now we know most straight line graphs can be written in the form of y equal to mx plus c. M is a number called the gradient. It represents how steep the line is, and we've got negative, 0, positive and undefined gradients. And c is what we call the y-intercept, the value of where the graph crosses over the y-axis. Right, straight into example 1. We're going to take this table of x and y values and work out a formula in the form of y equal to mx plus c. It's a straight line graph and it will have this formula. So we're going to start off by working out the gradient. The gradient is equal to the rise over the run. And here's a clever way to work out the gradient from a table. We're going to take two coordinates. I'm going to take the coordinate 1, 3.5 and 2, 6. Now you could have picked any other two, these two or these two, but I'm going to pick two. I tend to pick ones that don't have negatives in them. Right, to work out the rise, we're going to go the second y value minus the first y value. So 6 minus 3.5. To work out the run, we're going to go the second x value, 2, minus the first x value, 1. So 2 minus 1. So to work out the rise, we go 6 minus 3.5. That leaves us with 2.5. And to work out the run, we're going to go 2 minus 1, which is 1. So our gradient is 2.5 over 1. Now, any number divided by 1 is just itself. So 2.5 over 1 is just 2.5. So we know the gradient m is 2.5. Now, to work out the c, the y-intercept, we find when x is equal to 0. Because when x is equal to 0, that is on the y-axis. So when x is equal to 0, the y value is 1, so c is 1, positive 1. So now we can write down our formula. Y is equal to 2.5 times x plus 1, and that's the equation for the set of data in the table. All right, let's try example 2, a much trickier one to deal with. We're going to work out the rule, the straight line graph rule for this set of data. Notice the x values don't go up in one increment or add 1 to the next x value. They go up in a different amount, which makes this quite tricky. Right, here's the formula y equal to mx plus c. That's the straight line rule. And let's start off by doing the gradient, rise over run. And we're going to use the same trick we used before. To work out the rise and the run, we're going to pick two coordinates. I'm picking the coordinate 11, 6 and 15, 8. Now again, you could have picked two other points if you wanted, but I'm picking these two. To work out the rise, we take the second y value, 8, and subtract the first y value, 8 minus 6. And to work out the run, we take the second x value, 15, and subtract the first x value, which is 11, 15 minus 11. So the rise, 8 minus 6 is 2, and the run, 15 minus 11 is 4. So the gradient gives us 2 over 4, 2 quarters. Now that simplifies down to 1/2, or if you prefer to work in decimals, 1/2 is equivalent to 0.5. So we've worked out the gradient of 0.5. Let's go on and work out the value of c, because right now we've got y equal to 1/2 times x plus c. Now c is the value when x is equal to 0, the y-intercept. But looking at the table, there is no value when x is 0. So we can't just use the table to work out c. We've got to use another trick. So let's pick another point, any point. Could have used the same point I used before, but we only need 1 point this time. And let's go up to here and write down the formula so far. Y is equal to 1/2 times x plus the number c. Now we're using the point 3, 2. So when x is 3, y is 2. So when I see y, I'm going to put 2. And when I see x, I'm going to put 3. So we've got 2 is equal to 1/2 times 3 plus c. Now 1/2 times 3 is 1.5. So 2 is equal to 1.5 plus c. When we subtract 1.5 off both sides, c gives us 2 minus 1.5, which is half, or 0.5. So we've worked out that the value of c is also equal to 0.5 in this example. So we can go back to our equation and replace c with 1/2 and say y is equal to 1/2 x plus 1/2, or if you prefer to work in decimals, y is equal to 0.5x plus 0.5. Cool, thanks for watching.